All right, good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Dirt Track Central. I'm Matt Kovacic.
And I'm Justin Hopp with my wife Stacy.
We are live again here from the motorhome in Boone Speedway at the IMCA Super Nationals. It's Friday, so that means we're going to see the Fast Shafts All-Star Invitational race tonight, as well as the rest of the night show, which we'll go through here in a little bit. But first off, if you don't know about us, we try to cover racing throughout the central United States, based out of Kansas, and been here all week at the IMCA Super Nationals. You can check out our website at dirttrackcentral.com. Check us out on Facebook, or send us an email if you got questions, comments, or piece of video or photo you'd like us to see. You can email that to us, dirttrackcentral@gmail.com. Like to thank our show sponsors, presented by Engine Quest, as well as BMS Modifieds, BSB Manufacturing, Extreme Motorsports, Heartland VP Race Fuels, and the Contour line of cameras. Go on to just run through some quick results here from yesterday, and hit the highlights of some local drivers of interest, and you can find full results on IMCA's website. So Perry Meisner in the 20M had a heck of a run, started 6th in his heat, finished 1st, which qualified him for an A feature, started 3rd in that, and was running good. Got together with another car and cut a tire down, and that ended his qualifying run, so he did not make the big show yet, but back at it today. Jeff Tubbs started 9th in his heat, finished 4th, ran the C feature, started 3rd. Car spun in front of him, and he clipped him with the rear end, and I know they had the rear end out of the car, took it down to Harris to be straightened today. Just had a whole lot of work to do on the car to get it ready to go again, but he'll be back out today. So Brandon Sharapata, he'll be your national champion in the IMCA stock cars this year. Started 2nd in his heat, finished 1st, started 20th in the A feature, and ran up to 5th place, so he is qualified for the big show. Jesse Taylor started 3rd in his heat, finished 2nd. Was involved in a mishap in his B feature right from the get-go, and so limped the car back in. Bruce Plamisto started 8th in his heat, finished 6th. Ran a C feature, started 7th and finished 6th. Mike Wadle had a tough heat race, started 9th and finished 9th, but started 13th in the C and ran his way up to 5th. So had a good showing there. Justin Tiemeyer, who's also driving one of the Jax Motorsports cars, started 6th in his heat and won that. Drew 19th for the A feature and finished 7th. So he's also in the show. Let's see. Mike Nichols had to run a C feature, started 4th and won that. Lance Borgman was in the same C feature, started 6th and ended up 3rd. Dustin Newland was scheduled to start a C and did not make the call, so haven't been back to see if his car was in bad shape, or it didn't look too bad, but maybe something there that keeping him from coming out. Let's see. Casey Woken had a good run in his C feature, started 8th and ran up to 4th. Austin Carter went from 6th to 4th in his heat race and started 2nd, finished 2nd in his B feature or C feature, but that was a better race than what it sounds like. So on over in the modifieds, Jordy Nelson making the A feature for the night, and he ended up 12th in the A. Mike Van Genderen, that was a good battle in the heat race there. Started 5th, ended up 1st, and finished up 15th in the heat. So, or in the feature rather. So, missed the show as well. Danny Charles from 5th to 1st in his heat race makes the A feature. Started 5th, was running good, and spun out. Had to go back to the back and ended up 19th. Jay Notaboom 5th to 1st in his heat race. Started 13th and wheeled his way to 2nd place, so he'll be on the second row of the.
Looking fast this weekend.
Oh man, yeah,
tracks to his liking there, and so
definitely got that car dialed in where he wants it. Running well. Dylan Smith the same way. Looked strong. I didn't get a starting spot in the A feature, but he ended up 4th, and I think him and Jay and Alvarado and several of those guys were kind of back and forth, and just, I mean, they had a race there. It was, we got a good feature to watch there.
Yeah, Kyle Stickler actually won that feature, and Jeff Taylor there was in 3rd, and Dalen Smith 4th, and Ricky Alvarado 5th. So a lot of good names there in the top 5 there.
Definitely. Developus started 10th in that feature and ended up 7th.
So he made it in the show there then.
Yeah. Charlie Brown also won his heat and started 9th, or I don't have a starting spot, but finished up 9th in the A feature, so finished just out of the show. Jeremy Fernier, a guy spun in front of him, and he hit pretty hard with the front end, so I don't know. Haven't been over to see what the damages were, but tough break for him.
Another kid's been fast all week too,
yes,
so looking
definitely
good. So they had a heck of a race in that heat race that he was in there. So.
Yeah. Jeremy also started 3rd and ended up 2nd in the Race of Champions qualifier, so he is qualified for the Race of Champions. Corey Lagrune missed the Race of Champions race this year, started 9th and finished 9th, and it seems like those Race of Champions heats are always right after a farming session. They're always just doesn't seem like you can draw the back and end up well there. So
yeah, well, plus you are racing
against
the champions too. So
yeah, you're definitely you're racing the best of the best. Not that, I mean,
there's a lot of good guys up here, but
yeah,
you know, you can sometimes
get taking the cream of the crop. And
yeah, you sometimes can draw and get a stacked heat, and you sometimes draw and get a little bit easier heat. But when you're doing the Race of Champions, they're all stacked.
They're all stacked. Yeah. So anyway, his B feature wasn't great either. Started 17th, ended up 16th. Let's see. Jesse Richter started 7th in his Race of Champions qualifier and ended up 1st. So
yep.
Hell of a run there, and he will be.
Made a nice last lap effort with the two guys battling it out.
3 wide finish.
Getting together a little bit, and Richter took advantage of that spot and got himself into the Race of Champions race. So
yeah, if those guys would have raced each other clean, Jesse wouldn't have made the feature. But
he was right there though.
They were beating on each other, and he said, "Well, heck, if they can do it, I can too." And he hammered down and slid up next to him, and they all just hammered down across the line. And I mean, they were going on about how close that top 3 were with the transponder times, but I mean, they were all just right there. But at any rate, he crossed the line first, and that was a heck of a deal. So good one to watch. I'm sure we'll have video of that to look at later. Danny Morrison started 1st in his heat and ended up 2nd, but he had Notaboom in there, and man, they slid job each other, and just they had a good race. So that'll be another good one to watch. There again, he started 10th in the Race of Champions, ended up 7th. So he does not make the Race of Champions. Let's see. Jay Steffens, man, he took a hard hit to the wall.
Oh, yeah.
In his Race of Champions qualifier, trying to pass a guy on the outside, and I don't know, I guess I'd say the guy crowded him up a bit, but I don't know that there was any contact there, but he's trying to miss it and smacked the wall hard and made it back out for his B feature.
I was gonna say I was gonna.
Still seems to be working okay there. Let's see, Brian Calhoun started first in his Race of Champions qualifier, ended up third, so he falls one spot short of that show. But he's been looking good.
Yeah, got a fast car.
Started fifth and ended up second in his heat race, which qualified him for a B feature, and he ended up fourth in that B feature. So
he's racking up some points. So
yeah, he should be good in the points. Larry Sutton not so good in the points. Ran fifth in his heat race and didn't finish the B, so tough break there. Murray, same way, man. He started first and finished second in his heat race, and the B feature he came out and let the smoke out on the parade lap. So haven't been over to see how bad a shape things are in over there for putting another motor in. It didn't look good though. It was a lot of smoke, so I would guess probably motor issues. Race of Champions, he started 8th, finished 7th. Let's see. Jeremy Mills finished or started 6th and ended up first in his Race of Champions qualifier, so he'll be in that Race of Champions. I don't know do we have a complete lineup of who made the Race of Champions?
Well, I can tell you real quick. It's Jake Durbin, Kevin Stoa. That was Heat 1. Mark Elliott and Jesse Richter, Heat 2. Oh wait, yes, Race of Champions. And Heat 3 was Michael Smith and Jeremy Frenier. And Heat 4, Brad Pounds, Jordan Grabowski. Heat 5 was Johnny Sadoff and Dylan Smith. And Heat 6 was Jeremy Mills and Todd Shute. So those guys will end up having to do some type of draw, play poker to line up their starting order, how they will start. So we won't know that till later today, probably, actually. So.
All right. John Anderson's down here running one of Johnny Sadoff's cars. He started 3rd and ended up 2nd in his heat race.
Yeah, normally late model guy here.
Yeah.
Trying it out in the modified. He's race modified a little some too, but
yeah.
not a normal IMCA racer.
Right. Yep. So that kind of does it for my highlights here. Well, I guess for the big dance, as far as the guys that we've kind of been keeping tabs on here, Brandon Blocklinger, of course, is sitting on the pole. Jordan Grabowski in the 30 is starting 16th. Josh Most starting 4th. Jay Notaboom starts 5th. Dylan Smith 11th. Ricky Alvarado 14th. And Zane Developus starts 20th. So got one more day to qualify here. We'll qualify the outside rows for stock cars and modifieds. We also had some fun yesterday over in the vendors row, and we've got a walkthrough video here we'll play for you, and then I got another fun video coming to you sometime in the future here. Tried out a rollover simulator, and everybody ought to get a laugh out of that. So
Alright, we'll go ahead and play that video now here. Okay, that was kind of a fast-paced walk through the vendor row there, kind of see what some of the guys here have and what they got to offer. So if you are here around, you definitely should go check out and look at all the products they have and get a better look. So we want to thank all them guys for coming out and showing us and helping support the Super Nationals and IMCA racing too. So well, we're going to talk about what we got going on today, which if you haven't found out yet, we had a little bit of rain last night. Storms came in and rained again this morning a little bit, and they're out there trying to work the track in right now. So we've got to get a little bit late start time today, but so far the sun's trying to poke through, and I'll bet we get some racing in here before too long. So today we'll be qualifying the outside row, the top 8 for the stock cars and the modifieds. And so they'll be running their heat races to try to get up into the qualifying feature to make the show tonight. Also, the stock cars will have their Race of Champions qualifying heat races today. And as we talked about earlier, the Fast F All-Star race will be ran tonight too. That's where everybody voted to get their favorite driver in the field. And so those racers were decided by you. So we'll see that. And I don't know, that pretty much do it for this edition here.
That's all I've got here.
Want to thank Heartland VP Fuel.
Right, they're a great sponsor of the show, and definitely have any kind of fuel you need for your motorsports needs, whether it be circle track or your dirt bikes and drag cars and whatever else. But even the dirt cars, there's such an array of different fuels you can get, blends and this and that. They can tell you what's going to be best for the engines that you're running, the classes you're running, what's legal, all that good stuff. So get a hold of Justin at VP Heartland Race Fuels, and he can hook you up with your local dealer or let you know where you can buy from them directly. So thanks to those guys, and as well as the rest of our sponsors. And that'll do it for this edition of Dirt Track Central.
Yep. We'll see you tomorrow.